Welcome, Commanders fans, to another all-new episode of End Zone, the Commanders Corner, and I am your host, Football Freak Friday, and we are entering week number 4 of the NFL season, and the Washington Commanders are going down to Arizona to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And this is going to be a great game. So, Washington just come off a win, a Monday night shocker against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a great game. And they are going into week 4, and they're trying to win their second road game in a row against the Arizona Cardinals. Washington is playing in Arizona for the first time in 4 years. They last played in 2020 on the road, and the Cardinals won that game by a score of 30-15. On the road, the Commanders have an all-time record against the Cardinals. They hold the 28-win, 27-loss, 2-tie edge record against the Cardinals. And all-time, they hold a 77-47 and 2 ties all-time record against Arizona. So, like I said, Washington is seeking to win their second consecutive road game for the first time since winning 4 in a row back in 2022 from October 20th to November 20th. And the Commanders have not punted the ball once in the last 2 games. They have scored on every possession against the Giants and against the Cincinnati Bengals, becoming the only team since 2000 to score on every drive in multiple games. So in other words, this hasn't been done, folks, in 24 years. So the Washington Commanders might be on to something with the offense that is slowly but surely gelling together. And moving forward, folks, they're going to be a dangerous team. They're going to be a very dangerous team. So, 5 keys to defeating the Cardinals in this game. One of the keys is for them to win this game is they're going to have to keep Kyler Murray. They're going to have to keep Kyler Murray in the pocket. And they're going to have to contain him because Kyler Murray is very dangerous with his legs. He's a running quarterback. And if he has to pull the ball down and run it, he will. And I saw that game 4 years ago against the Cardinals, and he did that very thing. He killed our defense by pulling the ball down and running it when he couldn't find an open receiver. So he has 5 touchdown passes this year, tied for the 3rd most in the league. Like I said, he's a running quarterback, which makes him dangerous. He has 161 yards total so far this year on 15 carries. He is very fast. The Commanders' pass rush only has 4 sacks through 3 games. So they're gonna have to wake up the sleeping giant. And they're gonna have to keep Murray in the pocket, pressure him, force him to beat them with his arm. And they're gonna have to be more disciplined in their defense. Key number 2, they're gonna have to find a suitable replacement for Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler, if you didn't watch the game Monday night, Austin Eckler was injured. He left the game, I believe it was the 3rd quarter, and he had a concussion, and he didn't return. Though he scored a touchdown in that game, and he ran about a 60-yard kickoff return back. Very key person for the Washington Commanders. And Austin, we wish you a speedy recovery. What we have to do is find a suitable replacement. match his production. And I think the offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, will try to afford more opportunities to rookie wide receiver Luke McCaffrey and tight end Zach Ertz, to try to target them more in the passing game and afford them more opportunities, and try to get a backup running back to complement B-Rob in the backfield to try to match his production running the ball. Key number 3, they have to bottle up and clamp down on rookie wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. for the Cardinals. The Commanders' secondary has gotten burned like Texas toast, especially the last 2 weeks. They allowed Jamar Chase 118 yards. He got behind the defense for 2 touchdowns. Malik Neighbors in week 2 of the Giants, another rookie. Another rookie alongside Marvin Harrison Jr. He had 10 receptions for 127 yards and a touchdown. This week, they face another challenge in the Cardinals' rookie wide receiver, who's the first receiver taken off the board in this year's draft. So, through 3 games, Marvin Harrison Jr. has 194 yards, a touchdown, and the Commanders' defense, they're going to have to implement the strategy, I guess, that they tried to use against the Bengals. They tried to prevent the Bengals receivers from getting behind the secondary to stretch the field, so they kind of clamped it off. But Chase still did damage, although the other receivers on the Bengals were limited to short and intermediate receptions. So they're going to have to try to implement that same thing and keep Marvin Harrison in front of them and don't give up the big explosive play. And that's been a killer to the Commanders' defense this year, is giving up those explosive plays. So they're going to have to come with it and reduce those. They're going to have to cut those out. Stop big gains, big chunks of yards after the catch. They're going to have to tackle better. And I've been saying that the last couple weeks. They have to tackle better. They have to wrap up and not allow yards after the catch. And they're going to have to also either play man-to-man coverage and kind of bang against Marvin Harrison, kind of frustrate him, and also implement that same strategy by clamping down and not letting the receivers get behind them to stretch the field. Number 4, pound the ground game. We're going to have a running game. Why? Because we're going to have to keep Kyler Murray and company of the Cardinals off the field, because they're a very prolific offense and very dangerous. B-Rob has 206 yards through 3 games. That's 15th in the league. He has 4.6 yards per carry. He's a bruiser. He's a banger. And he's the one half of the Thunder and Lightning combo. The Lightning, of course, being Austin Eckler, and B-Rob being Thunder. So the Cards, the good news is the Cardinals are in the bottom half of the league in run defense. They're terrible. The Detroit Lions last week, they beat the Cardinals 20-13. They ran the ball 43 times against them and milted the clock for 36 minutes. So they kept Kyler Murray and company off the field and held them to 13 points. 5th and final thing to win, to beat the Cardinals, the Commanders are going to have to make stops on 3rd down. They already allow 61.3% on 3rd down. That's horrible. So the sleeping giant in the Cardinals secondary is going to have to wake up. Also, they're getting Emmanuel Forbes back in the lineup this week. So he's back from injury. The Cardinals, on their offense on 3rd down, they convert 45.5%, and they're one of the best at moving the chains in the league. So that's about all I have, ladies and gentlemen. The 5 keys for the Washington Commanders to win this game. And I'm going to give a prediction that the Washington Commanders will win this game. I believe that they will continue to dominate with their offense. Jaden Daniels, I believe that he will continue to improve, continue to grow, and I believe that the Commanders will be hard to stop, and the Cardinals have a lot of homework to do. And I'm going to predict this score to be the Washington Commanders 31, and I'm going with 17 for the Arizona Cardinals. So 31-17 would be my score. And this, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our 5th episode of End Zone, the Commander's Corner. I am your host, Football Freak Freddy. I'm going to see y'all next week. Enjoy the games. And y'all be safe out there, Commanders fans. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.